What is going on, everyone? Time for another episode of the Motorsports Almanac show here live tonight. First, we have teased it for a couple of weeks now. Indiana Pulling League has chosen us again to make a special announcement for their upcoming year, of course, joined by Zach and Mr. Richard Crowell himself. And then, of course, at 8:15, we will be joined by Nick McCormick and Mr. Tony Reed, a.k.a. Growincorn2020. Going to be a great night, I think, for the show, fellas.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anybody that hasn't heard anything that Tony and Nick have done together, we could go off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, there's no telling what we're going to get into, but you guys have been so good to us, and you guys came to us once again wanting to make an announcement for the 2026 pulling year, and it's one that, Zach, you and I kind of talked about after Idaville last summer a little bit, Mr. Richard, you as well, but if y'all want to go ahead and take the floor away.
Well, I had a lengthy text conversation with Paul Richardson from down at Fleece last week, and I think we're going to jump into the Superstock diesel class about a half dozen times in 2026.
Yes, I love the move.
It just there's getting to be so many of them, and if you really put the pin on the calendar from where our events are and where we're located, there is a bunch of trucks within a 2-hour radius of where our shows are.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple guys. Well, Paul's one of them. He jumped up to 3.6 last year. He's talking about putting a little bigger windmill on it to be able to play in this class. And he's talked to a couple of the other 3.6 guys that possibly are going to do that. And then there's a couple new builds in the area. And we've talked with some other people. And I think we can come up with half dozen or so at most all of these events.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
And, I've talked to the Hazley camp and I think as long as there's not a conflicting national show, which we are going to make sure that we don't book anything on top of the two national organizations. I think they'll come play and you never know what kind of trucks are going to be in their shop that need to make a run either.
Yeah, we found that out last summer, didn't we? Or last spring, I should say. But I mean, this made all the sense to me for two reasons. Letter A, the reason you guys said with the amount of trucks that you guys have got in Indiana now, that are within 2 hours of wherever you guys are going to put these events. Letter B, you get a full-blown Superstock diesel 4x4 class in somewhere like Idaville, Indiana, where there's 4,000, 5,000 people. They loved them last spring. I cannot wait to see what that's going to do. Can y'all kind of allude to where else they might be, or do we need to wait?
I'll tell you,
we've got a few places that we've got in mind of where we're probably going to do it.
We're going to have a Greentown one night, obviously, because Paisley's are 15 miles from here.
We'll probably do it. We'll probably have it Greentown. Probably one of the Idavilles, probably not both. I talked to CW about that. He kind of alluded that he would kind of like it at one of them.
Spring,
I'm
please.
pretty positive North Salem will be, since how that is the Fleece Hoosier Showdown show. We'll probably have them down there. And we've got a couple other places we got to talk to about them. I know Robert Williams with the Hometown Diesel Pull at the end of the year. He was like, "Yeah, just add them to me because, I want them there too." So I mean, we're kind of looking at some of the places here and there, try and get a couple of them a month type of thing that doesn't conflict with the big shows, and kind of go from there.
We got to be very logistical when we do it, with the other big shows, and we got a new event that possibly might come on board that wants them, and it could be a good thing.
Yeah, I think it really could. I mean, it's like you guys said, though. You guys are hoping just to have like half a dozen at these events that you guys have. You're not shooting for 35 or 40.
No, not at all.
If we could get 5 or 6 of them at the events we have, I think we'd be tickled to death.
Yeah.
Especially with the class growing the way it is. And, you said there's new builds happening every day. And it's all over the country at this point. I mean, from
Yeah, it is.
Minnesota to PA down to Tennessee where Chase is and everywhere between.
Well,
Yeah.
and then you got the trucks that was at the test in Idaville that went to Texas. I mean, you got them all the way down into Texas now. So
it's not uncommon for you to go into the Hazley shop over there and there'd be 4 super stock diesel trucks sitting there with the bodies up on them.
Yeah.
If they ain't doing nothing, what's to say they won't come play?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think we can all agree on that. I talked to Cody Lee actually after Idaville had happened. I was on a phone call with him, and he said, "Man, if we could come back there, he said I wouldn't be mad about that at all." So it's even better whenever the pullers enjoy it.
Only in Idaville.
Yeah, only at Idaville.
Yeah, man.
Just as long as the lights stay on.
See, now this guy that I've got that has a comment on the screen right now, I think it's just a matter of time before they end up with one. Mike.
I thought they were building one.
Oh, really? They might get it done soon.
Yeah.
But you guys, we can say thank you to everything you guys did for us this summer. Letter A for the Motorsports Almanac, letter B for me announcing y'all shows out there with you guys as always, and look forward to a great great summer. Mike said don't start.
It's already started, Wakeland.
Man, that's why I look at him like, wait, this is news to me. When are we getting one?
We got a great season planned again, don't we, Richard?
Yeah, schedule's probably about 95% done now. Just had a phone call right before I got on with you guys, trying to finalize a couple of the last ones, but we're going to be right at that 30 mark again for the summer, for events, which is plenty. And then plus helping Tucker twice during the winter now. And that's kind of the other little thing to back up what we done on Saturday with his show. We're gonna put a $750 bonus up for the King of 15 mile an hour class for who participates at both Cloverdale and Gordyville and goes the farthest distance. So we're wanting to help that class out a little bit there. I did throw down the gauntlet to the Southern Indiana pullers to match that to see if we get it up to 1,500, but still waiting on a phone call from those guys. So,
and for anybody that hasn't heard or doesn't know,
Gordyville's back.
What smoking's going back to the roots.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very excited to go there and
just
have
hope
the opportunity to announce on that floor.
Just hope they got the stagecoaches open, the salad bars open.
They've got it connected now, so you don't even have to go outside.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Supposedly it's unrecognizable from the last time that we were there.
We drove by it going to Half Century, and it is definitely a different place.
Yes.
Really?
And in Tucker's words, it's going to be a relaxed weekend. We're only doing 5 sessions with about 80 hooks per session. So, I mean,
the fact that's a relaxed session for somebody. Oh dear Lord!
I'm just curious how rusty we'll be going back into that building.
I wonder if Joe has found his plans yet for the parking in there.
He has. He looked them up. He found his 19 plans.
Oh, thank the Lord! I think the other day he said he hadn't even found those. Did he?
Yeah, he found them. Yeah. He couldn't find his 20 ones, but he found his 19 ones.
You'll never find. Yeah, I tell you that there, man, there are a lot of good times had in that building.
Yeah, it's kind of weird around here though, because people ask me what I'm going to be doing the winter and spring as far as pulling goes. I'm like, well, you remember Gordyville, and the first thing they say is like, "Oh dear Lord." They said we did some things in that building.
Oh yeah,
Gordyville remembers.
Yep. Yeah, Gordyville it's a treasure in the middle of a cornfield in central Illinois where there ain't a wind block within 40 miles.
Nope.
Yeah, hopefully March helps out a little bit.
I was over there one year, and I don't know if anybody on Tucker's Grew's listening, but I was over there one year where they had portable heaters outside trying to blow heat in the building because it was so cold.
Dear Lord, what year would that have been?
Richard, do you remember? I think you came with Chad that year.
Yeah, I've got
12.
I don't remember what year that was. I was there with Chad. We had the booth right underneath the radiant heater, so we was good.
I don't think I took the tractor that year.
That was the year Ogle debuted the red light district.
Silver
after the incident.
Okay.
With the new sheet metal because it didn't have paint on it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he started dominating in that building.
Yes.
He loved that place. Jacob Bull said 2013 is the cold year.
Okay, that's probably right. 12 or 13. Got it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. The first ever live stream for Midwest Winter Nationals was in 2020, wasn't
it? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I know live streaming was still a fairly new thing, but here's a guy who's made a couple of passes in that building a time or two. What's going on, Nick?
Not much. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Good, bud.
Good. Good to see you guys.
Good. You remember the old Gordyville days, don't you?
Yes. Well, those early years were, wow. Had a lot of fun there.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of fun there every year, but the early years, when I was younger, they were fun.
Yeah, they were. But all right, Mr. Richard, we certainly appreciate everything you guys have done for us. We will see you guys again soon.
Yep. Appreciate you doing all you've done to help us out. And we will see you here, in a little over a month, hopefully.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right. Sounds good.
See you, Richard.
Yep. See ya.
Bring in our other guest, Mr. Growincorn2020, Mr. Tony Reed. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Zach, I guess we should really just start from the beginning with this whole deal. We kind of promised this show back at Farm Progress whenever we had Nick on there at the Case IH booth.
Yeah, we talked about it, and Nick and I have been friends for a while, and of course through Caleb Ogle and whatnot, which I know Tony's kind of a distant relation, I think, to Caleb, aren't you?
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yep. My mom was grandmother's sisters.
Caleb lived at my house for 2 or 3 summers. Nick let him out of the state of Illinois for 2 or 3 summers, and that's how Nick and I got to know each other so well.
Let him out, kick him out. I mean, it could go either way, Zach.
I think Nick's words were like, the second pass he ever made over here was, "Watch out, because there ain't no horse safe this side of Mississippi."
Yeah. Well, let you guys supervise him for a while.
We did. Oh,
not very well. You rolled him over.
No. I'll never forget the time that, I don't know, we had a lot of cocktails, and somehow I locked him on the back porch of my house and found him sleeping on his shoes the next morning.
That's not the first time that's happened to him. Don't let him kid you there.
Oh, man.
My goodness. Mr. Reed, we really appreciate you joining us, too. I know you've got a lot of stuff going on right now, I'm sure, too, as well as you, Nick.
Yeah, no problem.
So,
what are we going to say?
How's things going in Illinois, gentlemen?
Good on my end.
Everybody done over there?
Yeah. Tillage is pretty well wrapped up, and middle anhydrous starting, but not a lot yet. But just starting to get good and started.
Yeah, we're wrapping up around here as well. So I've got to know, what's the correlation between you and Nick? I guess it was Caleb Ogle.
No. Nick and I think started the first day of kindergarten together, didn't we? We was in the same class.
So yeah,
just same class at school our whole life and same town and everything. So
yeah.
So how did you get so into the social media part of it to where you've blown up and gotten to the point where you are with your...
Hang on a second. Nick, are you drinking water?
I am drinking water. Yeah.
There's such a thing as being healthy, man. All right.
Well, I'm not doing it for that. I just,
I have to give him crap
I
about
was
it.
trying to be more professional.
Yeah.
Working out. Clearly, I got called out in the first 30 seconds for it. I try to only drink at Tony's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet Tony's got a Keystone sitting somewhere.
Actually, I don't. I just walked out here, hadn't grabbed one. So,
But yeah, how'd you come so how'd the TikTok deal happen, Tony?
it was just actually by dumb luck. Started during COVID. You know, everybody was shut down, couldn't do nothing. And some friends of mine that are always they're quite a bit younger than I am, but they're always into the latest social media platforms and was always sending me these funny TikToks and this and that. And so I just got on there, and I don't know, I was on there for, I don't know, a few months and never even made any videos, and then started out and made a few and didn't go anywhere, and then got pissed at the world one day and went on a tirade, and it took off from there. So there we are.
The thing I really appreciate about your videos in particular is the way you start them out, but then you say what everybody's probably thinking in the farming industry to begin with.
Yeah. Yep. You know, we got
really can get behind that.
we got a whole industry that everybody just blows smoke up your ass everywhere you go, and I'm tired of it. I mean, it just, I don't know, from your equipment dealer to your seed dealer to everybody, they're a bunch of yes men that tell everybody what they want to hear, and nobody ever called them out on it. So I don't know. They probably all hate me, but who cares?
I think the first video that I ever just absolutely lost it on of yours when you talked about Gleaner and the alphabet, and aren't we about done with this shit, or however you said it. I watched that video, and we run Gleaners on the farm. I sold Gleaner for years. Nick knows this. And I just lost it. That video was one of the best ones you've ever put out. Like, what are we on, letter S? Aren't we about done with the alphabet or what? Oh my God, that was the best one I've ever seen.
To this day, I still get tagged in every single Gleaner video, meme. Anytime
my
stuff
shirt
happens
for
with
you
Gleaner,
tonight.
I'll tell you the one that I watched. I was upstairs just scrolling through, just watching some of your stuff, and you were talking about like, no, this guy just happened to get 2 more rains than I did, and compared to your other snake oil that you're trying to sell me.
Yeah. Yep. Every year.
Truth in that.
Always something.
So you guys have a podcast, obviously, and I've listened to every episode I possibly could, and you guys, I mean, I know you're busy, but I wish you'd do it like every week. It is great.
In our defense, we do shoot them every week. The problem is some of them don't get recorded. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to Tony's, you turn the lights on in the shed. You're going to go over a couple of things, pregame a little bit. Next thing you know, a few people show up. Voila, podcasts don't happen. But we discuss the same stuff. It's just
Don't hit the button.
We don't hit the button. We don't get it recorded.
Yeah, exactly. We got two sitting here recorded, ready to be dropped. I just haven't had time to get them dropped. So hopefully in the next 2 or 3 days, one of the two will be out. So
I think Nick made that comment one day. You get to Tony's and we got to go inside and shut the lights off because now it's like Grand Central Station or whatever.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it's the Bermuda Triangle for time. You're like, oh, it's only 6 o'clock. We're good. And then you're like, oh, it's a lot later than 6. There's another one coming around. We better wrap this up. So
Yeah. Another 2 hours, it'll be 6 o'clock again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your guys' podcast. And you know, my family's grown up in the equipment business just like Shane's has. You know, we were big Alice Chalmers dealers, and you know, listen to your guys' history and talking about, you know, I know, Tony, you got a hell of a literature collection, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
And I eat that stuff up. I love the muscle tractor. My dad just got you're going to scold me for saying this, just bought a D21 out of Nebraska that is absolutely showroom condition, and which we're Alice guys, but I love that era and love listening to you guys talk about, you know, the Steiger history and whatnot. It's enjoyable.
Yep.
Well, the changes back then were so monumental compared to, now the heated seat has 3 different modes because they're just throwing shit at the wall now.
And then you can't find the switch to shut it off.
Exactly.
So your ass ain't burning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, I mean, they're just throwing stuff out there just for new features. I mean, some of them usable, some of them not. But, you know, Tony and I talked about this before. How many of the features on some of this new equipment even gets used, or, you know, the guy running even knows where it's at, what it is, or even knows anything about it? Like, I'd say less than half, you know?
Yeah.
I will say one thing that has amazed me, you know, and we quit I think we sold the farm machinery business in 2014. So, auto steer was just really getting big, and the RTK and that kind of stuff, and variable rate. I sold, and to this day, I see them in my nightmares. I sold 3 of the 5,900 Kinsey planters the first year they came out, and I see them things in my nightmares every night. But
why is that?
They were just they were a disaster the first year, and Kinsey took care of it. I'm not going to dog on them; it's a great company, but
But why were they? Like, what was wrong with them?
We'll talk about that at a later date. Kinsey flew the jet out here one day to tell you how bad we had one. But it's amazing from that time to now of what has came, in 10 years. The thing that probably amazes me the most watching the videos today and is that the whole automation, the combine automation, just absolutely baffles my mind. How you hit a button and it changes everything.
Yeah.
Well, see, you gleaner guys don't have to worry about that because gleaner guys always tell me they don't need a yield monitor. They can feel it in the seat. If the rumble's right, they know it's good corn. It's over 200 bushel corn if it rumbles just right.
Yep.
So you guys can save on all that technology just with the rumble.
That's true. Yep. I mean, we run an R62 and S77 on the farm, and we run a 12-row head on our S77, run 4 mile an hour. We can't keep it away anyways,
Yep.
Do you know how haunted houses work around here for gleaner guys?
Look at them.
You just put a couple of green stem beans up, and those guys are scared to death.
Now, if you take a
they run for the
combine
hills,
and you go and cut and take a torch and spend $10,000 dropping the floor and putting different, drums in the feeder house and bars on the road, they'll run real good.
Now, when you guys went to a draper, did you have to go down 5 foot like everybody else with a gleaner? Everybody else goes up 5 foot, but all the gleaner guys I know, we had to go down 5 foot. Then bevel gear just pulled too hard.
No, we went from a 35 to 40. But okay. And that's the other thing I did that was stupid when I was young is we were a gleaner deer. I sold one of the 17 first 9250 draper heads that Gleaner made. That was a problem.
Really?
Not a positive experience?
It was terrible, Nick. It was worse than the 5,900 planters. It was bad. Well, it's terrible.
In your defense, though, deer guys are just as bad. Deer makes some of the most god-awful piece of shit of name whatever it is. But
yes.
They'll die on that hill. But
they can keep a secret better than any company I've ever seen.
Yep. Nothing like buying a brand new planter from the factory and throwing everything that comes from the factory in the fucking trash and putting precision stuff on it because the factory junk.
I mean, if you listen to the average deer customer, they've never had a service call. They've never had anything worked on. But every deer dealer I go by has a big shop and a bunch of service trucks. I don't know what they're doing. As far as the customers tell me, those guys are just Maytag, man. They're just sitting there lonely as can be. I don't know how they keep those guys going. They don't have anything to do.
Yeah. I don't care what any of them say. These X9 combines are a raging pile of shit. Big time. I have heard absolute horror stories on these things, but
really?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Too. I think the S7, 800 and stuff, I think they're having good luck with them.
Yep.
They didn't change anything from what I hear except sheet metal and a little bit of stuff, but yeah,
Zach, in my terms, that Class 8 combine, I know nothing about deer stuff.
So the S7 800 is a Class 8, and then it'd be like your guys' 9250 or whatever.
Nah, it'd be 8250.
That's what I mean, 8250, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But once again, here's deer. Can we just simplify the numbers? We're gonna have an S7 800. Just put it a fucking 4-digit number and be done. I mean, they're not like seed corn companies. I can't deal with it. It's beyond stupid. Make it simple.
How many digits are in a seed corn bag now?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot.
It's no different when you go to a gas station to buy cigarettes. There's 9,000 different kinds of cigarettes. I said, why don't Marlboro just make it Marlboro number 1s? Give me a pack of Marlboro number 1s, Marlboro number 2s. But no, they got to be ultralight, slim, in the silver pack. With all this, you need a fucking roadmap to get them to the right. I mean, it's stupid.
Huh.
Anyway, we got off the subject here. But
I have no idea.
Evan, that's Penelope barrel strength that I'm drinking right now.
Penelope. Oh, that must. Jacob Bull says, okay, Jacob, I'm surprised that you could say this about an X9. You have a red pulling tractor.
That doesn't matter. Your brother sold it to a guy who runs deer equipment.
We're not going to open that can of worms either. Nick,
Here's
don't
the
need to chime
thing:
in on
all
that
these
either.
guys can be John Deere farmers and run John Deere equipment. They still have red pulling tractors.
Hey, it's opposite over here. The neighbors got a bunch of green pro stocks and red equipment.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
How common is that in the polling world? Like, I don't follow polling enough. How many guys do you know that farm with one brand and pull with another?
A lot.
Several, yeah.
A lot.
Would you
Lot.
say
Probably
it's
less in
class-based?
the pro stock class than any other class, but I'd say in all your
Mhm.
other classes, it's pretty common.
Well, heck,
Nick, in
they're
the pro stock class, you can put a green motor in a red block in a red
I
body.
know.
That's-
That's a whole nother topic.
We're not
Well,
going
like-
there tonight.
Silliness, yeah.
Cross dressing at its best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get behind the hook. They're at Rob Russell's place, and
I
Rob's
see. Yeah, Rob's got an X9 sitting in the field, and they're
Mhm.
filming with his, tractor
On-
or whatever.
behind
Looks
the
like
hook.
he washed it up pretty nice before they got
He
there,
did.
too. I'm
He
proud
did.
of
I
Rob. Yeah, they're all
guarantee you,
cleaned
Robbie
up.
detailed that thing before they got out there. I guarantee
Yeah.
he did.
Oh my goodness.
No, it is much more common than you do dare realize in polling. How they farm with
Yeah.
opposite of what they poll with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super farm, it's not that bad.
There's
I don't
two that I
think-
know of.
There's one thing I will say about deer, and I think Tony, watching your videos, you will agree with this. You can't beat their technology and their dealer network.
Yeah, I agree. That's like around here, I couldn't hardly run red because I'm just used to just going to the dealer and getting it. Which
And
we got some
Shane,
bad red dealers.
And Shane, I'm talking about anywhere but in the 5 states you guys operate in. Okay?
That a boy. There you go.
But like,
I don't know, man. My deer buddies don't have much luck at their dealer either. So I think that's a whole. Here's how John Deere got to where they got. They had 2 cylinders in their epic piles of shit, right? Complete useless. Everybody else had better tractors than them, and they're like, "Hey, we can't afford to trade these off for good equipment. Let's just start the rumor that this shit's the best, and our dealers are great, and the equipment's great. We just won't tell anybody any different." And they're still sticking to that story today. Because any deer guy will actually tell you, well, yeah, I had to drive 200 miles to get my parts too. Parts for what? Your shit never breaks. Well, their dealer network is marginally better than anybody else's at this point.
their technology, though, I think their technology is that works together.
Fortunately, they do have great technology in that, from what I'm told. Fortunately, those 3 guys left and now work at Case. So big things are coming there. I think you'll see in the
I hope
next
the
year or
Pro
two,
700
that'll be.
They
Guys
leave
complain about the
Deere.
Pro 700. I don't have any problem with that.
I like
With
the
the Pro
simplicity
700.
of the deer stuff. It's just a few simple buttons and you're right where you need to go.
It's like this right here.
Yeah, the ag leader stuff that I ran, it's like you got to push 19 buttons just to set an AB line, and I don't get it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Deere's 3 main technology guys, from what I was told the other day, the guys that do the JD link and all that stuff, so it talks together, so on and so forth, are now employed by CNH. So hopefully that works
That's a
out.
move.
Yeah,
They probably didn't want to move to Mexico, Nick.
exactly.
No,
Exactly.
no, they didn't.
They took a survey. They didn't like tacos and margaritas, and it's like, well, you guys got to go.
Now, come on. There ain't nobody that doesn't like tacos and margaritas.
Well, I mean,
They just went to the source then.
yeah.
Oh, man. So,
Oh my!
what are you farming with now, Tony?
Just all John Deere stuff, just older stuff. Just
We've talked about all this John Deere, and you still farm with deer.
I do. I'm too accustomed.
His dealer.
I get great dealer service around here. Don't have any trouble getting parts, but I'm not running X9s and shit either. So
The
maybe
only
that's
reason
why.
you do is 'cause
they
they're
don't want to be
giving bad
be
service,
under
they'll
for
make
it
a bad
after you
video,
stick the knife in the header cart and get stuck on the bolt heads. That's why they
Yeah.
give you good service.
Yeah, Unverfirth was kind of pissed about that, but I didn't do it. So, I mean, I think it was a bad design, and I still stand by that.
That was another video that was hilarious.
Yeah, they called
You're
my
lucky-
Deere dealer, wanted to know if I would take the video down, and Deere's like, you're gonna have to take that up with him. We're not getting in the middle of this. And that video's still up. Change your design, I'll take it down. To my knowledge, they have.
Really?
You're
So they actually
lucky I
reached
didn't
out
have
to you
extra
to take it
time.
down.
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So, I guess Dave Unverfirth. I don't know the head dog.
Yeah.
Somebody sent the video to him, so he called my local store manager and asked him if he knew me or whatever. He's like, "Yeah, I know him well," and he wanted to know if he would call me to tell me to take the video down. And he's like, I'm not getting involved in this. And he's like, plus I knew you were completely unhinged pissed that day. And so I knew that was going to be a real bad day to call you. So he waited 2 weeks or whatever and told me. And I'm like, I'm not taking shit
Good
down.
idea.
Which I didn't put the sickle in there because everybody was always like, store it under the head or whatever, which I never like to do that anyway, because then it gets packed full of dirt and everything else and rough and whatnot. But I wasn't the one who put it in the cart either, because they're like, well, if you look in the manual, like it tells you how to unwire that, you can twist all this and get all this out. I'm like, it shouldn't be that hard. You should be able to just walk up and grab it and slide it out. I shouldn't have to jump over 19 fucking bolts that are 3 inches long that only need to be 1/8 of an inch long. I mean, it's just stupidity. But
and it's true because I've done it. I mean, the HT30 header cart's been around since Mayflower sailed. Every one of them's got a bolt in it that sticks that sickle.
Yep. Anyway,
Nick, are we the 2 lone Case IH boys out of this whole group?
It looks that way.
Hey, I don't have a problem with Case. We were New Holland dealers. I don't have a problem with Case.
Nah, you're just the cousin though.
We run Gleaner combines.
You're damn lucky they bought New Holland first, or they wouldn't have New Holland.
Actually, I think New Holland bought you.
You guys would be that New Holland didn't buy shit, bud. Fiat bought us both. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Get that straight.
And
I've been a Fiat guy since 1982. Okay. So I'm probably the only guy that has a Laverta combine.
Oh, look at that thing.
Yeah. That's a Heston combine. Yeah.
Huh.
I've been trying to figure out a way to move this camera in front of my toy collection, but my bourbon collection's where it's at. So,
well, if I was an AC guy growing up, I'd drink a lot of bourbon too.
Hey, when my dad pulled, and the ACs were tough to beat back then if you didn't make 2 runs.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
You got a point.
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
yeah,
you guys were pulling against the D21s. I mean, was it what everybody says they were, or was it just because they had a little bit of luck?
Zach and I are friends, so I'm going to not share my opinion on D21s at the moment. His dad just bought one. I don't want to ruin his day. But could you find a more morphodite, short couple, gangly looking pile of shit than one of those? Holy cow. We got this tractor that looks like it's 3 times the size of a 6030, only half as long, with 110 horsepower. All right, cool. But they did have a lot of success in the Superstock days back in the day.
Did they have live PTO in the D21, or when did that come out?
Yeah.
That was probably the last.
I don't remember.
I don't think they do. I don't know. I thought was a 200 newer than a D21?
Yes.
I think that's the first time you got live PTO.
I think you're right, Nick. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But
that was
1994, Tony. 1994.
I don't know.
It was in 1994.
In their defense, though, what are you going to do with a tractor that size with PTO equipment? I mean, on the auger, it didn't matter,
I don't care what brand you stand for in this muscle tractor world. All of them are so neat anymore.
All those are cool, yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you the
1206, 60, 30, 50, 20, D21, 220, whatever it may be,
Yeah,
I'll
all
tell you
those
the
old
one that
tractors are
surprised
cool.
the crap out of me the other day was that I was just scrolling through reading some articles. I didn't know that Lamborghini was still making tractors to this day.
So
Yeah,
Lamborghini is a
started.
pretty good tractor from what they told me. They were a tractor company.
When we was in Europe this summer, I seen new ones coming down, they looked very modern.
Really?
Yep.
Enzo Ferrari made him mad, so that's why he started making sports cars. But they were a tractor company to begin with.
Yeah, what movie was that? I saw a snippet of it on TikTok the other day. It was the main. I don't know if it was one of the engineers from Ferrari that went, or Lamborghini that went, and they
I don't
had to
remember now.
merge. I don't either, but that was a really interesting scene because could you imagine how different ag might look like with Lamborghini's tractors and what the car world would look like?
Yeah.
If they were merged together.
None of those European companies can figure out the American dealer network / customer. They struggle with that a little bit. And taking the European out of some of that stuff, like they do some interesting things that we don't care about over here,
But Nick and I talked on our podcast, if you look at it in America, so, Ford makes quality vehicles, cars and trucks.
Yeah.
But at one time, their farm machinery, like you had the 8Ns, which were like revolutionary. Everybody had one, but there was a long period in there where everybody around here stayed away from, like them, the 7,000, 6 and 7,000 series, whatever that was.
Yeah.
You couldn't get one of them things way around here. They were just junk. Now, once it went with New Holland, which I don't know if there's any Ford left in that or not, they're kind of popular again, but.
I think there's a little, not much.
Yeah.
The color.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the other thing too. I was watching Ron Rusink the other day with Tractor Zoom, and one of the things I've really gotten where I enjoy watching that he does is like telling about all these tractor companies that there used to be. Like, I didn't realize that everybody made a tractor. Like, there were so many tractor companies back in the older days. Because now you think about somebody in my generation, I know Deere, Case IH, New Holland, Massey Ferguson, and Fendt. Those are my main ones that I know. Valtra a little bit.
Yep. Which that's where the stores that we know today, Tractor Supply, we can think of them as selling Carhartts and baby chicks and all that, but they sold tractor parts because there was 400 different kinds of trucks. Yeah. That's what that. Yep.
I did not know that. What's y'all's take on the autonomous vehicles?
I mean, I see the benefit. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like how far removed it's going to make all of us from ag, but I mean, I get why it's coming. But
you think it really will?
I do. I just think I just think it's going to be one of them things. Now you'll just have one guy driving around in a pickup just monitoring 5 tractors, and I think it's just going to be way more hands off than what it used to be. Because everybody, you see this comment every single time you see an autonomous vehicle on Facebook. What are they going to do when the field elevator plugs up or whatever? Well, it's going to stop is what it's going to do. I promise the technology will be good enough that thing will stop. And
how many new field cars a day, the way we run them, plug up?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You got to be in a really bad situation, something that got just plumb out of hand before that's going to happen. And
I agree with you that they're removing us from ag.
I just now saw the comment. Apparently we've had comments rolling in since you guys jumped on, and I just jumped out for a minute. And it's like, oh dear Lord.
Oh well, this stuff's too good for you to drink.
Sorry, guys. The Genesis was largely Ford design.
Yes, it was, Ryan. The Genesis was largely Ford design.
That explains a lot about it.
Hey, that tractor, you cannot fault that tractor.
I could, but since we're
friends, once again, I'll try not to. Your car was better.
It was better.
But another angle to that is like around here, Case construction equipment was like very sought, like really good equipment. But as far as Case farm machinery, nobody cared for it. There wasn't many straight Case tractors.
Right.
White JI Case type of tractors.
Yeah. The white, like a 2590 or whatever them series. The later ones, like, you couldn't give them things away.
Well, like you were saying, removed from ag though with the autonomy stuff. I went this year. I didn't help much I normally do on the farm this year, trucking or anything. But I took 2.5 out of 3 hours one night and took the kids out, ran the combine. Like that. Them days may be gone before we know it.
Yeah, and that's what I can't figure out with farmers is. Everybody you talk to when you mention autonomous, well, driving the tractor is the best part. Well, they sit in there with auto steer, so they're not driving it. And they want to get the biggest tillage tool they can get and go 500 mile an hour with it. So they're just done as fast as they can get done. Well, you just told me driving a tractor was the best part. And now it's like you just want to get out of this thing as quick as you can. So which way are we going?
Well, and the auto steer thing, how many of you want to go to the field today without auto steer?
I don't know any different.
I done it all day today with that.
I don't know any different.
We didn't have auto steer. We don't have auto steer in the combine still, but I can tell you one thing. I'm going to go out and work ground all day long. You bet your ass I want that thing to steer itself.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I can still do it old school, but I do like my auto steer.
Yeah. Well, and everybody said when it first came out, it's my dad was selling skid loaders when Bobcat, come on, nobody, I ain't having a Bobcat. That's dumb, and same thing with like an RTV or a Gator. I ain't having one of them. That's dumb. Well, now what farm do you know that don't have either one?
Yeah.
So what was it before the RTV or the Gator? What was it?
Pickup.
Well,
Oh,
four-wheeler,
really?
just a
Four-wheeler?
straight four-wheeler.
Okay.
I
Which-
saw where Toyota just released a side by
I
side
just
today.
seen that just a second ago.
Yeah,
Dude,
The SEMA.
what?
hmm But
I'm
it's
gonna
Toyota's
just,
getting in the
Yeah.
side by side market.
yeah, you
So,
play
I
that
mean,
into go
basically
ahead,
a pickup truck. I mean, these damn side-by-sides are 50 grand now. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you just
know.
gonna get a
Yeah.
Shane's brother
Toyota
just
Tundra with
priced me a new one. But
Huh.
auto steer's the same way. It's, some of these guys won't turn their combine off. Their auto steer don't work,
yeah.
That's true.
and
This thing?
What I
Hang
tell
on.
guys when they tell me their auto steer is not working, I tell them if you'll look down, there's a black circle between your legs. If you'll grab a hold of that and go like this, you can keep going, and you can fix the auto steer later.
Hang on, man. I'm
So you-
It
You
works
say
on
that-
everything but a Fendt combine.
yeah, you got to grab the joystick for that. Yeah, that's
Yes.
it.
That's it.
But you talk about that, Nick. And my dad my dad will tell a story that we were, like I said, we were very large gleaner dealers, and we had this customer that called up one time, and we had a service manager. The guy's name was Ron Fowler. I had a service manager walk to the store, and this guy called up one time asking questions, and the service manager, without missing a beat, said, "Okay, here's what you need to do to fix it." He said, "You need to stop what you're doing, stop the combine, back up out of the rows, turn around, go behind the seat, pull that book out that's still wrapped in cellophane, open it up, read it, and then fix your problem."
Yeah.
Yep.
I know a dealership that used to put $100 in every owner's manual on a rented combine,
Really?
and just to see if it come back with $100 in it or not. And I think he told me eight times out of 10 it come back with $100 in it.
Oh, man.
That's interesting. Nick, have you guys seen any of the new Case IH AF10s or anything like that around your area?
Not locally. I saw it at the Farm Progress show. I've seen videos on it, et cetera, but I have not seen one locally.
Okay. Tony, I guess it goes the same for you then, don't it?
Yeah. Nope.
But honestly,
nothing.
by the time they got to touring those around, harvest was about done here.
So, now, I know they've been in Washington, Indiana. I've seen some videos from around there.
Yeah.
But I thought I saw someone have one in our areas there in Illinois. I don't remember which area it would have been.
Tony, how was your Fendt road tour experience? That looked like a neat deal.
It was neat. It kind of reminds you of the old days when you was kids, when they would bring something out, I mean, other than that, it wasn't nothing extravagant or they done anything any different, but it was neat. That was the first time I'd ever been or rode in a Fendt combine harvesting and without the steering wheel and all that. So it was neat.
How weird is that?
It's actually really cool. I mean, great big old leather seat. I mean, it's a big seat and got big tall foot pegs. I mean, man, you just kick back in that thing and prop your feet up. I mean, it's really nice. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that trade off everything you got and go to Fendt. I mean, I don't know enough about it to tell you the good, bad, and the ugly. I mean, run good there, but that's all I can tell you. So
Until they have problems.
for somebody that's hated on a company as much as you have, AGCO sure likes you awful well.
they do.
No such thing as bad publicity, Zach.
You're exactly right. You're
That's
exactly
fair.
right. Exactly right.
Don't say that too loud in the polling world, whatever you do.
Yeah, no
Didn't
doubt.
you have a couple gleaner combines on semis in front of your house a while back?
Whoop, I'm losing signal there on somebody. Is it on my end?
Maybe because mine's all good. I'm
I was
host.
gonna say, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, try it again. The audio cut out.
Didn't you have a couple gleaner combines on semis in front of your house a while back?
Yeah, we did. They was on their way to Farm Progress. Yep.
Boy, I bet you just spit fire that day, didn't you?
I told them I'd run one. In fact, I was going to run one last fall, and they had it 3 or 4 other people, and it was the same way. By the time it got here, we were done, so I didn't get a chance to run it. But yeah, I'd have run it just to throw everybody for a loop.
Yeah. So Tony, have you did much pulling with Nick over the years, or been to? I know you've been to Bowling Green, which.
Yep. Been to Bowling Green. I don't know, run around over the years. I mean, been to some. I was definitely no diehard, go to every pulls every weekend. Done a lot of local stuff. But I mean, over the years, I mean, I was probably at, of course, time ticks away and things add up. I mean, yeah, I've been to 20, 25 pulls, pro stocks like Nick. done or whatever. So
Nick, I've been told that you like the sound that the Light Pros make. So
I
I've
do.
been told
Light
anyway.
Pros is a great class.
Until they screwed it up and let us have components.
Well, that's a whole other topic. I see
We've
both
already-
sides of that. I was in the middle of that argument when Pro Stock did it. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm not going to say a word about it.
You want to come back and drive one at least one time, though.
Well, I mean, I like Light Pro. Like I said, that's similar to where it was at. Well, actually, no, that's not true. You guys got Light Pros have more power than my Pro Stock did when we started. But I remember the 540 Pro Stock days where
Should
you
never
pull a
change.
lot and so
Should
on and
never
so
change.
forth. Well, I won't disagree there, but you've heard my soapbox arguments on a bunch of that stuff before too. But I don't know. I like the class. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Tony,
it
what
gets
would you want to pull?
What's that?
Yes, looking at the question there. I don't know. Especially the older I get, I don't trust myself on this high horsepower, 30 mile an hour stuff. Like
It all drives itself, Tony.
I'm sure it does. You guys probably make it look way harder than it actually is. I don't know, but I've pulled locally here, in farm classes and whatnot. And I just kind of like the older, slow and steady bragging rights stuff myself. I don't mind watching the pro stocks and that stuff, but I don't know if you'd ever get me on something like that. That's a little out of my league.
I'd drive a Pro before I dare drive a Mini.
Oh, there ain't no way I'd drive a Mini. I'll drive a Mini tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'd do it. I'd do it once. That'd be.
I
it.
want to
We
start
would
a
not
new
get
mini
me
rod
back in the
class,
seat.
Zach.
Oh,
And you
what's
might
that,
be on.
Nick?
Might be on board. The minimum driver weight is 250 pounds.
I'm gang. Let's do it.
Because they're
I
discriminating
would
against the larger
really-
gentlemen. I can't
Because-
drive a mini rod. I mean, I could as long as there was no engine. I'd have to Fred Flintstone it. That's not
you
fair.
could call this like the Fat Rod series instead of mini rod.
There you go. There you go. Tony's on to something.
Because that's
Fat
what
rods.
pulling needs is another class, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fred, and he'd have to Fred Flintstone.
Well, I mean, Gripe's the most dominant drivers in that deal. We start grabbing high school girls off the cheerleading squad because they got 25 pounds more movable weight.
Why do you think
stand on the front weight bracket?
Why do you think Tanner Nelson cleaned up today? Because he weighs 100 pounds less than anybody else in the class.
No doubt, and he is a heck of a driver. It's
He is.
his
Yeah,
whole
Tanner's
life,
a
he
great
knows-
driver.
All these
he's been
polls
known-
are going to be
but
sponsored
the
by
weight helps,
Ozempic
right?
one of these days. Everybody gets
Absolutely, absolutely.
start moving weight around.
Rod series.
Yeah, max rod. Maybe max rods is a better term. Rather
I
than
like
fat
that
rod.
better.
Yeah,
I like
maybe
that
that's
better.
less offensive. It's a woke world.
Nick, can we lengthen out the chassis a little bit for us tall dudes too?
Well,
please?
yeah, absolutely. I'm not
For the
sticking my
love of
feet up
Jesus.
there like sloths. I'm out on that. And I
Uh-uh.
would kind of like them on nitromethane if we're going to make some changes.
Hey!
Give the crowd a show. Let's give the crowd a show.
Oh dear Lord.
Oh, my.
So I got a question for you guys. So I'm assuming all you guys have been involved in pulling for a long time in some
Our
way,
lives.
shape. Yeah. So do you guys know, and this is coming from an outsider looking in. So do you guys know that you're probably in the tightest knit group of pullers and spectators that I've probably ever seen? Like, and I mean that, and I actually mean this in a good way. It's like a cult. Like, I mean, people like follow this. Like, I mean, they know this guy farms over here. He drives this pickup truck. They know his wife, his kid. I mean, they know everything about this guy. To where, like when you get into professional basketball or whatever, like, Michael Jordan's got a wife, but you probably couldn't pick her out of a crowd of 30 people,
Yeah.
where like here, the fans, and I mean, they know this stuff. And like, do you guys see that from your side or,
Oh, yeah.
or you just,
100%.
I didn't know if you're just accustomed to it and didn't pay attention. You know what I mean? Like, didn't realize it,
For us is a puller, and Nick will probably back me up on this because he's kind of the same deal. People say, well, that's an expensive hobby. Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing. The friendships and the customers we gain out of that hobby, you couldn't put a price on.
No.
No, that's true.
And the memories that you make along
The memories.
way.
I mean, my best friends are tractor pullers, hands down. Some of our best customers are tractor pullers. We've got a lot of great customers, farmers, whatever it may be, but it's just, I could never put a price on what tractor pulling in general has brought my family and me as a person.
They almost become more family in a sense because they know
Yeah.
you better than your family does.
And you
Right.
see them more than your own family sometimes.
Yeah. Well, like my dad used to tell people when we were growing up, like my kids don't have time to get in trouble. They're either working on the tractor or we're going tractor pulling, which was
Mhm.
kind of true. I mean, you miss out on the entire summer with your friends at some level, but then you've got this whole other family. I mean, some of my best friends in the world are from tractor pulling. And Tony and I have talked about this before, like with the TikTok friends we've made. Sometimes it's easier to talk to people about stuff that's going on in your life that aren't local to you. And I think tractor pulling is a good example of that. You know, I can talk to whoever about how they're farming, et cetera, things they're working with no real risks to giving away a secret or something about my operation to a local person. You know, it just somewhat it's easier.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, you know, and don't say you never got in trouble at a tractor pull because they all got in trouble at Bowling Green, but that's beside the point.
I don't know anything you're talking about, Zach.
What happens in Bowling Green stays in Bowling Green, right?
Absolutely.
Bowling Green is what we say every time. It's a party that just so happens to have a tractor pull.
That's exactly. It's an event. And
you know,
everybody's
everybody's
few pulls are an event like that. It's hard to pull off.
Everybody, you know, says, "Oh my God, you go to Bowling Green and party. Look at the party. How do you get away with it?" Well, compared to some of these other diesel events across the country, it stays in the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's true.
You don't have people destroying other people's property, doing burnouts in a popcorn shop, that kind of stuff. You don't have that happening when it becomes the tractor pull in Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the chaos that I seen there, and I mean, I don't know if chaos is the right word. I mean, you guys have been, you know, it's like it is managed very well for what's going on there. I mean,
did you go to the campground?
Yeah, in fact, I didn't hardly leave the campground.
Did you see the board?
See the what?
The board.
No, that I've heard Nick talk about that, but I did not see it myself.
No, I don't think we took him by that.
That's terrible. Bad deal.
Yep.
Next time needs to be on your bucket list.
Yeah.
You guys are too young to have seen it in the 90s. You know, that was
the first year I went to Bowling Green.
Pre 9/11 Bowling Green was a totally different world.
Really?
2006 or 7 was probably
absolutely.
the first year I went to Bowling Green, Nick.
Yeah.
No.
First time I went without my parents was in 97.
Oof.
Completely. It was
Dang,
good
I
time.
still wasn't born. Jeez.
Yeah.
God, you young.
I spent the whole time working on a guy's tractor that I barely knew. Just by sheer random. I was walking by, another guy said, "Hey, you know anything about this, Nick?" And I ended up working on it the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Which probably was a benefit, kept me out of trouble that way, I suppose.
Right.
But Mr. Tony, you talk about that point. I mean, this summer, I think, Zach, I probably spent more time at your house this summer whenever I was up there announcing for you guys, and I probably saw my brothers at some points this summer.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time up here, you know, announcing for us, and it's just like, you know, your family, your brother, you know, the year he won the Grand National title, I was with Darren almost all year long, you know, and it's just you can't put a price on that.
No.
You just can't.
Yeah.
So Tony, the beater with the heater rally.
Mm-hmm.
When is this going to happen this year? Because I need to make a trip to Illinois for this.
I'm actually, so before we've always done it in August or September. We've only done it 2 years in a row now. And I think first year was in August, or maybe first year was September. This year we backed up to August. But I'm actually thinking about doing it in like March, because really nobody anywhere in the Midwest is farming any kind of crop.
I like that idea.
Nothing. Like this year, it was just blazing hot out. I mean, which it was fine. We dealt with it, but it's like maybe we ought to shoot for like the tail end of March. Like nobody's really farming yet, but the weather's kind of turning. Everybody's been cooped up, ready to get out and do something. So it's not in stone yet, but if I could plan something for sometime tail end of March, I would be on board with that. I think it would fit everybody's schedule.
I agree. I've seen that the last 2 years you've did it, and you know, which Ogle's been on me for years to come over and spend a weekend over there and hang out or whatever, and we've never done it. And now, God love him, he's married and got a kid. I don't know how that happened, but he did. And,
Which one?
And
miracles happen every day.
Yeah, it does, and I love the kid to death. But that's something I never thought I'd see. You know,
Who got married and had a kid?
Caleb.
Oh,
Zach's other brother.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time together. I'll never forget. Quick story. I'll never forget the first time that Caleb we were going. My wife, which Nick knows my wife, everybody else does. Tony doesn't, but my wife's family's involved in tractor pulling as much as I am, and they live in Danville, Kentucky, and
way over there.
I don't remember the year, but what year did you build Ogle's Light Pro, Nick?
Probably 09, probably 08,
Okay, so probably like
09, the first
2010.
one, yeah.
We're sitting here one night, and Candace gets a message from this dude with this Light Pro at his profile picture. Where are you guys going to Ohio to tractor pull this week? Candace looks at me and goes, "Who is this guy?" I was like, "No idea." And she's like, "No, we're going to Danville, Kentucky, to my hometown to run." And he's like, "All right, I'll join you." It's like, fuck is this guy? You know? Yeah. Well, he come down there that way. We stayed at her parents, hit it off, and Caleb and I have been best friends since.
Yeah.
But it's like this guy, like, who in the heck is this dude messaging my wife asking where we're going tractor pull? Like this day. And soon did I realize that, Ogle's Ogle, but I could trust him. He's Caleb. But yeah, ever since then, him and we've been best friends, and we've done a lot of shit together. And that night that whole deal happened with his rollover, and yeah, you come got the semi, didn't you, Nick?
No, you come got the
semi.
Trailer over. No, I didn't drive the semi back. His dad drove the semi back. I drove his pickup truck and the bumper. Creepy Uncle Cable. I drove his pickup truck and my trailer over.
That's
and hauled something back, and his dad drove the semi home.
Yeah, no, he bought that RTV off me that week.
No, the loader tractor. He brought
the loader tractor. Yeah,
hauled it home.
He comes over and buys a $40,000 loader tractor with all these attachments. Goes up and rolls his fucking tractor the night before, and then doesn't know his own name. Nick has to come haul his tractor home for him.
Yeah. No. No doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a night and a half. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we both
Caleb, if you're still watching, how close are we to the other one?
He's trucking, according to what I just got a text message from.
Yeah, probably so.
Tell him we need him to get ready to go.
He's got a pretty tough route, Zach. He goes from one end of a small town to the other end. The anhydrous terminal is on the one end of town. The retail plant's on the other end of town. It's about a 1.5 mile commute.
Can't pull it off without equipment.
But that's about as far as you can get a Peterbilt to go.
Automatic Freightliner paid off, or a 359 with a broken air cylinder on the seat.
379 with no air in the seat. Yeah.
Boy, if that truck could talk,
it would say, "Clean me, clean me."
Tony, how are you related to Caleb?
So my mom and Caleb's grandma are sisters.
Okay.
So Caleb's mom is my first cousin, then he would be my second cousin, I guess you would say. But we were like his mom. So our family was real spread out in age. So his mom's much older than I am. So Caleb's brother Brandon is my age. We were born 5 days apart. So I was more their age, and there were second cousins than his mom, if that makes sense. So
right after we all started hanging out, or my brother Baxter's in the show pig world.
Yep.
So he knows Brandon very well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baxter comes to me one day. He's like, "Do you know Caleb Ogle?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's tractor puller. We've been hanging out." I was like, "I know his brother real well, and just watch yourself."
Sounds like pretty good advice.
Yeah.
Tucker when we need him, by the way, for this.
Clint Tucker too. I don't know how many text messages I got from Clint. Hey, take care of Ogle in Indiana. Make sure the females are locked up, please.
Of all species. Anyway, moving on. Back to tractor pulling.
Back to tractor pulling.
Back to tractor pulling.
Oh, Tony, have you ever pulled anything at all?
Just locally in the farm classes here. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think now. Used to pull Mike Kessler's Magnum years ago. Had a 1468, pulled it some.
A
I'm trying
14
to think.
what now?
1468 International V8 tractor.
Really?
Yep. And now it was just a farm tractor. It wasn't no pulling tractor by any means.
You say V8, I'm still intrigued.
Yep.
Why? What was that thing that tried to run earlier this year with Badger State?
Oh,
It was an Alki.
Regards DB 550 triple turbo charged light
Yeah.
super. Whatever you go- Yeah.
So
Mhm.
same base engine that was in Tony's 1468. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. They were made the same time as the 1466, Shane.
Okay.
71 to 76 or 75, I guess, on the
Okay.
14 side. But,
Yep.
yeah. They did have live PTO, Zach, for UAC guys.
Okay, fair enough.
That's when you just move a lever and the PTO comes on. You don't have to do anything with the clutch pedal, or you don't have to be moving or anything.
Oh gosh.
You see how we're live right now, and you don't have to run around the room the whole time holding your camera while you walk. That's what live PTO is like in tractor world.
Oh God.
Oh geez.
Don't have to do any external hexes or anything else to make it go.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, we like our ACs. But
Yeah.
it's,
Well, somebody
you know,
has to.
AC and IH kind of went through the same shit. Deutz bought us and tried to attempt to make something work. And Case bought you guys. It didn't.
Case didn't buy shit. Tenneco bought us both. Okay.
No,
Let's get the story straight.
in back in the day.
Once again, Case didn't buy shit. Tenneco bought Case, and they said, "Holy shit, Case didn't have anything. We're going to buy IH too because they're on the chopping block because they have terrible management." So they bought them. They're like, "Shit, we could have saved our money and not bought Case." But they did get us the tilting hood, so they brought that.
Of Alice Chalmers, did I just see here locally? Bernie Klotz won the ITPA points, like in the light super. Well,
Yes, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Yep. Which, gosh, how long has he been pulling? Feels like
forever.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Forever.
He was
Years
born
and
like
years and years.
whenever I was born.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born in '80, and I mean, I'm confident he was pulling that. I mean, I've heard about him my entire life. I mean, and he just pulled East here.
And my dad's, I don't remember what year he started, but he was one of the first to put 4 Chargers on back in the day. He worked with Noble Harrison and them quite a bit, and he spent a lot of time in Milwaukee, and you know, he was the one that, I don't know if everybody ever heard this story. I know a lot of people heard it, but he got a call one day from a guy in Milwaukee that said, "I want to send you a sticker and a nameplate for the front of the tractor." And they were going to Elkhorn, Wisconsin, which was a suburb of Milwaukee. And Dad said, "Okay." He said he got the box that next day and opened up, and there was a sticker that said Deutz Alice in it, and a little diamond on the it was hand carved out of wood, the Deutz diamond. He called this guy in Milwaukee. He said, "Well, what are you doing to me?" He said, "Well, Brad," he said, "Deutz bought us." And he said, "We want you to debut it at Milwaukee or at Elkhorn." So Dad puts it on, drives to Elkhorn, gets up there, and people are coming to him like, what is this? You know, and they hadn't told their employees yet.
Oh.
Dad unloads the tractor and is like, people are coming to him, what is this? And Dad goes, the only thing I tell him is, "Well, I think Deutz owns you guys now." Because nobody had a clue. The employees, they didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Now, that's a different thing that you would never see in today's pulling world.
Absolutely not.
No.
I wish it was still kind of that way though. Like I wish some of these companies, I mean, we know Deere won't because they don't like pulling. Pretty much despise it, but like New Holland or Case IH or something like that, like these new machines that they have coming out tractor wise, I think that'd be something really cool that like if they could partner with the right people, get them to run this new sheet metal on their tractors.
I will say one thing. I think you're seeing a little more in the pulling world, and we've seen it, at FFA last week. We've seen it at Farm Progress. We've seen it, at Louisville. I think other than Deere, these companies are starting to get a little more into saying, "Hey, pulling may help us more than we thought it did."
Yeah.
You take Elsings from up there in Wisconsin. Their New Holland tractor's been on about every booth there is now. Battliner's Massey was at FFA last week.
Yeah.
You know, Lagwood's Fent was on Louisville's lot, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I think these companies other than Deere are starting to realize
Coming around slowly.
Which Deere, they'll never get there, I doubt.
No, they won't.
No, their
Which is-
licensing deal is too strict on all that stuff.
And you know something, the thing with Deere that really surprises me is that they arguably brand wise, they are the most direct to the everyday consumer because I mean they're in stores like Lowe's and stuff like that with
They
their
sell their
lawnmowers.
shirts at Hot Topic.
Yes.
So why not pulling too? I don't understand that part.
Because pullers advertise them for them for free. Why would they put
Sure.
any money into it when every tractor says John Deere on it? They're doing it for free. Why
Okay.
would they pump any money into it? They're getting
Fair
it done.
point.
They're getting the advertising with no cost.
I will say that's one thing the cross-dressing rule has brought into the sport.
Yeah.
Is you're seeing a lot more variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheet metal
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sheet metal wise, but
Yeah. You know something? Lucian Coolers told me something at the farm show this past year. He said, keep an eye out. He said, I'm going to have something that nobody would think about. And he wouldn't ever specify to me what it is. The only thing I can really put my hand on is either a straight up Deutz or Valtra. Those are the only two things I can think of that has not been on a pro stock yet. In the United States, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
That's something interesting.
yeah, no, it's going to be built in Wisconsin probably. So
Yeah.
At least assembled.
well, yeah, at
Hey.
least assembled in Wisconsin.
Just coming off the biggest pull in California, Dylan Baybell had over 240 hooks, didn't he, Wyatt? Something like that.
For a total weekend, yeah. 104 was 138 or 140 on Saturday night.
Morgan, that's actually a fair point. Could you imagine what that would look like, Nick?
What's that?
A versatile pro stock.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
I don't know how you could proportionally build one that would look correct.
Yeah,
Same
it'd be tough.
way, I mean, it would kind of be like, the Magnum hoods, to be quite frankly honest with you, before you start cutting and bending.
These hoods are
and
getting so big
sawing
today.
off.
Yeah, they're getting big.
Yeah.
Tony, what's your schedule this winter as far as farm shows? You going to Louisville? Or you?
Yeah, be in Louisville, and so far I ain't really got nothing lined up yet. Which usually it don't start. Phone calls don't start coming in until about December or so. And
We need to get you to the poll one night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to the poll at Louisville since Nick pulled last, I guess, whatever year that, 3-4 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, something like that.
And prior to that, I hadn't been there for years.
Yeah, we
To the
need to get you to the poll one night.
Nick,
Yep.
you guys did you send in with Diesel and Dirt?
No, we did not.
Ah,
No, maybe next year.
yeah.
We need to do some stuff over the winter, so on and so forth. And just
Yeah.
So, do you figure anything out on the die-in we talked about at Farm Show or at Progress Show?
on the what?
They get under their charge
Oh.
with snuffing.
Yeah, I think so. I think we figured it out. Didn't find out for sure at Sandwich like I hoped to, because broke a water injection pump, which I've never seen in my life. Twisted the
What?
shaft off internally, but I think we got a handle on it. I think that's solved. Yeah.
I put my buddy Matt that helps me on the tractor, best friend, helps me on the tracks we built or whatever, stuck him on at the last pull of the year, and some bitch stuck a plunger.
Yeah, that's always the way that goes.
First time
Yeah.
on,
Poor,
and it
Yeah.
sticks
poor
a plunger.
Yeah,
Yeah. But speaking of which, you guys, let's if you guys don't care, I'm gonna take a little break for a second and show what our next show is gonna be, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep.
With the amount of people we got watching.
That's perfect for me. I need to take a break anyway. I'll be.
It's
right
about
back.
20 seconds long.
Hurry up.
And missed the 20-second window.
Not quick enough. He's not quick enough.
Yeah. So y'all, that's the video. November 18th, we're going to be having our farm show prediction show. That's going to be a lot of fun. Wyatt, you and I, it's been so much harder this year than it has in years past. It feels like when we did it the first time, it was just, oh yeah, we got this. Sure. We got 70 something percent. This time it's been dart throwing pretty much.
It's literally been dart throwing for the simple fact of we're either going to be really right or really wrong. There is no in between.
Yeah. I think
it's either going to be the same lineup, like for certain classes with, your subtle changes because of what's happening, your vehicle sold or whatever, or it's just going to be like, all right, we're going to turn this thing on its head and we're just going to go, everything's different.
Yeah. Well, we have definitely spent the hours there, but Tony, for you, since you probably haven't seen it before, every year before the Farm Machinery Show comes out, we try to predict every single class besides Pro Stock, because there's 48 Pro Stocks that go to Farm Show, and we just try to do our best as far as guessing who all's
What's
going
the
to go.
criteria based on? Like when they sit down and say, okay, these are the tractors we're picking, like how many things are involved in that?
Tony, I tell you what, if you ever figure out how they do it, you let us know.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's why
I mean,
we're
I'm
just like,
sure. I'm sure there's a process that they have, but
Yeah, you have Nick muted. You got himself muted.
yeah, I had him muted just
Yeah, of course
because it was reverbing so bad.
But Nick will tell you if anybody ever figures out the process of how they pick, let me know.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't want Ford guys there.
Who's pulled at Louisville the most, you think, out of as long as that's been going on? Who's probably made
Sullivan?
Wayne Sullivan.
Is that right?
Sullivan or is it Masterson?
Wayne Sullivan.
I think Wayne was there. Well, I don't know. Probably Wayne.
And how many times would we be looking at on a?
Oh,
what is it? 47?
40 plus years.
Wow.
Last year was 46 or 47.
I know I've got enough historians in this.
How many years did you pull there, Nick?
From 99 to whenever we sold it there, however many years ago that's been. I think we missed 1 year in there.
My dad pulled there quite a few years. My in-laws pulled there a lot of years.
Bunch.
And then, they had
They're on their way back, though.
I think 23 was when you pulled there, Nick. Because wasn't it a little over a year before your dad died? That you.
I think, probably.
Because the kids was all with us. I know.
22.
Yeah, that's I've been 22 or 3.
Yeah,
23 was the first year I was there. I don't remember seeing you there. I think it was 22.
I don't remember.
Nick, what was your favorite version of Nasty Stuff? Was it the old style or is it the last one that you had?
I loved them all
Never got
for different reasons. Probably the newer one, just because it was, we built it, and it was set up more. It was just, the other one had been a pulling tractor for so long. You know how it is. Like, well, I could change that, but it doesn't really need changed. But as time goes on, and the newer one didn't have to be redone because it was all, laid out better for the newer stuff.
Your old Pro come from Marzinski, didn't it?
Yep, Carl Marzinski, Flirting with Disaster.
Yep. That's what I thought. Because I think it was like a twin to Carl Smith's, right?
Very similar. Yeah, very similar.
It was built like it, I know.
That's when, when Carl, that used to be a 1066, and he was going to put 3688 sheet metal on it, and that's right when the Magnums were coming out, and he worked for a Case IH dealer, and they wanted the new Magnum sheet metal on it. So he had Binder Light actually built a sheet metal for it. Voorhees, which became Carl Smith's tractor, was stock sheet metal, but Binder Light built new sheet metal for Carl. So when he built that, he could pull it in the 75 Super, the 95 Super, the 10 Pro Stock, and the 12 Pro Stock. He wanted to lighten it up, so that's the whole reason he was switching sheet metal to lighten it up, to pulling all 4.
Okay.
And then he won the points in Illinois, I think I think maybe one class in 86 and both classes in 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, and 92, if I
Dear
remember right,
Lord.
in both classes. And that's back when you got to remember in the mid 80s in Illinois, you could pull 80 some times just in Illinois in pro stock
Hell with that.
between the two classes. 86, I think, was the highest there ever was. I think in 1986 or 7, you could hook 86 times in Illinois.
Wow.
There
I
ain't
mean,
no way.
the list of polls just for pro stock was multiple sheets of paper, just one after the other. You know,
That's incredible.
but you hook twice every night. You know,
That was a points champion there, boys.
that for sure. Carl was great at it and never missed a day of work.
Yeah.
Every hour he took off to go to a tractor pull, he made up, to my understanding, in the off time.
I'm going to ask you, just because he's from Illinois, Jeff Sapp, what's he up to nowadays?
Being ruggedly handsome in Western Illinois. Jeff Sapp's a great guy. Yeah, great guy. I talked to him, probably once every couple of months. Yeah.
I was going to say, I haven't seen or heard anything from him at all.
He's getting closer to retiring from farming, I would say. But yeah,
Really?
great guy. I don't get to see him in person as much as I would like, but yeah, we talk pretty regular.
Lance is back in the game.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew
Absolutely.
he would stay out.
No.
That one's going to be so let me ask you this. Is that one run ITPA and the other one gets done? Or is that going to be the only tractor they run?
They'll run them all Grand National level.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The rumor we had heard was that one's going to go to 5-0.
Yeah,
Don't
it ain't
you
going to fake pro stock.
Don't you?
I don't think it'll be a 5-0.
Yes, I said
they don't have that in Badger State. The owners from Badger State, then they couldn't pull up there. It'll be.
There is a lot of pro stocks in this area. There's, I think I counted 8 or 9 in this county. 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 4 or 8 of them live 5 minutes from you.
7.
7 of them.
Yeah.
7 Nick, are on the town 9 miles from here.
So Nick, are we getting back in? Or are we done?
I'm done.
For how long?
I'm done.
For how long?
For the long foreseeable future.
Tony, do you believe this?
Yeah, I think so. I think the only thing that would break that would be is if his boy come in tomorrow and said, "Dad, I'd like to get in a tractor pulling." Then it's going to be game on. But until then,
build a 510 hot farm.
And run where though in Illinois?
I just don't have it in me, Zach. I love tractor pulling, but I did it for so long. Once my kids are gone and raised, I'll reconsider maybe. Mm-hmm. But by then I'll be too old to worry about it. Honestly, just the traveling and this thing, I just don't have time for it anymore. It's not that I don't like it. It's just a time thing. You know?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't have the
time.
Well,
Nick and I have talked technology's made that easier too. Do you want to drive 5 hours to a pull, or you want to live stream and drink beer in the shop? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
You're exactly right.
We have had that discussion a lot.
I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but I mean it's true.
The live stream has changed the image of pulling. Yeah. I mean, can't take it away from what the guys at Full Pull are doing. You know, they have changed the dynamic of watching a pull from your hometown or in your home.
But 50 years ago, I'm sure that's what they done with college basketball. You know, back then, if you wanted to watch a game, you had to go to it. And then I imagine when it come out on TV, all the old men are like, "Well, shit, we can sit at home in a recliner now and drink beer and watch the ball game." You know, same thing. I mean,
yeah, exact same concept.
Yeah,
I'll tell you a really interesting concept to me though, and this is completely off topic and in a different realm. Is all these places getting streaming services? We're going to end up back with satellite television just like we had before, just on an app instead of having the box and everything in your house.
And paying $19 a month for every one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Makes no sense to me at all.
I went away from DirecTV at my house a year ago. Got YouTube TV, and now I can't watch freaking ESPN right now.
Yeah.
Why?
Super.
They're in a pissing match about
that new deal that they've got with the ESPN streaming service.
And you're exactly right.
We always said, "Oh, we don't need all these channels. Just let me buy the channels I want." Well, they do that now, and now it costs 4 times as much as it did when you had Dish or Direct. You know, it's getting out of hand.
I know that was
Well,
completely off topic. That was just something that we were talking
No,
about.
you're right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So
The
what-
back to the pulling thing, like part of my issue with pulling today is, and it's not as bad in the smaller classes, but what I enjoy about pulling is the building things, the fabbing stuff with your hands, so on and so forth. It's become a CNC checkbook world. Like if you got a big enough checkbook, somebody makes it for you and somebody assembles it for you and you hop on it and go. And to me, that's not the part of pulling I love. So,
Yeah, and that's the question I was getting ready to ask. What do you guys do as an industry, if you will, if that's the right word to use, to get young people involved in this? It's about like farming. It's like, well, if dad and grandpa ain't got one, how am I going to do this?
It's something that we're working on.
And we
honestly,
literally, this is one of the things we just had in the last show. It's like
we literally had a show called Youth Night.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
The attention span does not help in any way, shape, or form. It's like our generation, if it's not happening within 6 seconds, they're not going to pay attention to it.
But here's the thing. It's so different here compared to Europe because Wyatt, how many conversations have we had with Sasha about the younger generation still staying involved in pulling over there?
Well, they can
and how
build a
different
team.
it truly is.
They can build a team and be feasible over there, whereas over here, it's just a match of who can charge the most for a turbocharger or a cylinder head and whatnot to build whatever they want.
Yeah. And my other thing is, and I mentioned this at an ITPA meeting one time, and they were flabbergasted by it. But I'm like, we're going to run out of pro stock fans. Was my point at this meeting in the next few years. And they're like, how do you figure? It's the most popular classic. Everybody wants to book you. I'm like, yeah. And no one under the age of 16 has seen us pull in 4 years. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're always at the ITPA level. We're always the last class.
Last show.
All the parents took the kids home by then. I'm not staying out with my young kids till 11 o'clock at night to see them pull. Like we went home an hour and a half ago.
You're exactly right. And I think that's one thing I'll give NTPA this year, at least towards the end of the year. The Unlimiteds and the Pro Stocks, they tried to not run them dead last.
Yeah.
And semis too. People
you got
absolutely.
You got it in. I had a meeting tonight with a new event that IPL is going to bring on next year, and
I'm excited for
that. The guy that is doing this is an NHRA past.
Yeah.
A 2.5, 3 hour show is all you want.
Absolutely. There's too much downtime in pulling. Honestly, one of the best pulls I ever went to was in Joplin, Missouri, from a crowd standpoint. And you couldn't do this everywhere, but it was at a big racetrack. And they had a monster truck course set up on the side. So every time they reweighted the sled, they ran 2 monster trucks. Every time there was whatever happening, they ran 2 monster trucks. So there was always something going on, which obviously you can't do everywhere. But there was never any downtime. I don't care if you flip BMX bikes over in the meantime. The average pull is so slow. Like that's my pain with watching the live stream. I can't not sit down and just watch it because it goes too slow. As a sport, at least if you're there live, you can do whatever. Like a lot of times, I'll just go to Tony's turn on the shop. We'll BS. I'll look up when I see a tractor go down the track. We'll go back to what we were doing.
Oh yeah, we do that in the garage
because it moves too slow.
We get a group of us. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Nick, you know the new thing that some of these places are starting to do though? They're starting to bring 2 sleds and have them to where it doesn't take nearly as much time. That
helps until they green flag both of them at once, and then there's twice as much downtime. And I don't know, they've got to find a way to speed it up, and the shows don't need to be that long.
No.
Well, and if you go to a lot of shows today, if you got a track crew that's worth a shit, there ain't no reason that next tractor's not hooking to the sled before is the track crew's pulling off the track.
Yeah.
Well, no doubt. Some classes are worse than others, but
backing in has been another thing for me.
Honestly, they should just pick everybody up with the telehandler and back them in.
Bingo.
It would be fast.
We were going to do that.
How nice was that at Brandenburg this year?
For some guys, it's really good. There's other guys that can back up in record time, but if in total, it's a consistent pace that they're in there.
And I love
it. The other thing, I'd rather see them pull out there. The one thing that helps tremendously with that is if the starting flagman stands in the middle of the sled. So you've got a target to pull out.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference. Some of them do it, some of them don't. But that makes a huge difference.
There is absolutely no reason why we can't pick these guys up at a outdoor pull and put them in the sled just like we do an indoor event.
Well, there's also no reason you can't have a starter on a 2-wheel drive truck, but we're not doing it. Every V8 I've ever owned had a starter on it. Those guys can't pull it off with that equipment. Like, I want to revolutionize two-wheel drive trucks. I want to hold the truck, this engine stationary, and spin the whole truck on a rotisserie and fire it up that way, just to give the crowd a show.
Give them the real spin cycle.
Could you get any slower than those guys? Nothing against them. I got several of my friends, but I'm like, the more you give them, the longer they take. They pull out the 270 foot, then they got to back up slow. Like I told a two-wheel drive truck guy, one guy, God rest his soul, is a great guy, but I said, man, for a guy that brings 15 people with you, you think one of them could move that cone without you having to do it yourself? Then go get in your truck, then lower the body, then clip the starter on. Like I bet somebody else could take that cone over 2 foot and drop it. I'm just guessing, but I bet you could train somebody for that.
And if you go 18 inches, that's fine.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. You know, I'll give Bill Voorhees credit that when he had his 5-engine mod, I watched him fire that thing up by himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that was pretty.
My
impressive.
favorite Bill Voorhees memory is probably when he started the 5th motor going halfway down the track. And
What?
You've
Where
never
did
heard
that
that
happen
story?
at? No, I don't
it happened
think so.
numerous times.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
gotta hear this.
Yeah, he did that numerous times.
Yeah,
Huh.
but they got to find a way to speed the shows up in general. Like,
I think it's a total effort by not just like the people that sells in the vehicle, but it's the track crew. It's
it's everybody for sure.
Everybody.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's everybody that's promoting the event and helping with the event in any way, shape, or form, whether it's track crew, pullers, whoever, down to the fans that stand too close. You got to keep pushing them back, like, because the flag guys got to go over and say, hey, you guys got to move. Like, there's a lot of factors that play into that, but it's got to be faster. I mean, nobody has the attention span for it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be 100% honest with you. The next thing I'm kind of worried about is even with the more that we're allowing these cameras to be on the track and closer.
Yeah. They're going to get ran over.
I think there needs to be something looked at as far as clothing goes, just in case something were to happen.
Well, I've said this for a long time. You know, we're one bad accident away from none of this happening.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. To back off that for a second, back to the poll standpoint, how many polls have you been to where you literally don't know who won or what any of the distances were? Like half the time at the poll, I've got the app pulled up or the live stream pulled up just so I know who's in the lead, because you can't tell. It's not on a board anywhere. Could we get one scoreboard that just had the top 5 distances somewhere in the facility
if the
where the
video
crowd could
board's
see
not
it?
there, you don't know shit.
You don't know shit. And half the time you still don't know it, and you definitely couldn't hear it on the PA system.
The announcers can do the best job they do, but if you can't hear it, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. I second that motion highly.
I know some
I'm not knocking the announcers. Most of the time, if you're in the infield,
oh no, you
back with the
ain't
tractors, you just can't hear it. You know.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm assuming with no scoreboard, are you just having to remember the longest pole that they threw out? That John over here pulled 320,
or bank on the announcers saying it again if you can.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like that. I mean, hell,
no.
You guys
It's
need
not
me
very
to.
handy.
You guys need me to start raising hell about this on TikTok and like jerk some change here.
God, here we go.
You know something? You might be the person that could get away with it, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing
God, the
about it.
Utterford header cart's coming back.
So do they have that at Bowling Green? Like, did they do it there? A scoreboard of any kind?
They've got like 3 or 4.
pretty
Dang
good
it.
NTPA's got both theirs there.
They've
That's
got
what
2 big ones there, but the top 3 from each track are not always on there. You know,
Gotcha.
there's a lot of times where it's hard to tell. Or let's say you're the next guy up and this guy takes a new line. You're like, man, should I take that line or not? Well, I don't know because I
Can't hear or can't
can't
see.
can't see, or
Do you remember when the scoreboard had the ticker at the bottom rolling the positions along it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying it needs to be like
that's like the
old-
space shuttle. We lost the technology for that. We can't do that anymore.
it needs to be like old school boxing, women in bikinis just holding up signs.
Yeah, absolutely.
First
This
one.
guy went in the lead, and he went right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Absolutely.
move. Oh, my
As soon as they go
goodness.
past there, everyone just goes, woo.
But see, this is where my libertarian side comes out. We need to we got to get more people there. Is like we need to have live gambling there. Like you go to the cashier, I'm laying $25 on so and so. Like we got to get people that's willing to throw money around in these places and young kids. I mean, hell, get them all involved. Just let everybody gamble. Just do whatever. I mean, don't you think? I mean,
I agree.
We're there to have fun, right? I mean, you bet on horses, you can't bet on horsepower. What's that all about?
Yeah.
We're betting on it now.
Yeah, you can.
I've made some money. I've lost some money. Speaking of libertarian and politics, New York City just got screwed. I just seen.
Oh no.
Yeah, they did it to themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you got any update on Stooges? That was the thing I wanted to do.
Oh
during
yeah.
the
Hey,
show.
let's everybody
It's
pray for
Stooges
Stooges
safe.
tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be close right there.
I've talked to a couple of the bartenders tonight, and as of 35 minutes ago, there was no update from them. Last I knew, the fire was about 1,500 feet behind it. But I have not heard an update.
Oh gosh, man.
'Cause I can tell you one thing: if that place gets ruined, the tractor pulling world will rebuild that sumbitch for February.
Yeah, we will. Mayhill, get ready to donate.
Yeah.
That new partnership's going to have to go to work on funding.
Yeah.
It's that's a bad deal down there. That's terrible.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, man. Someone said, "Hey, you know, there's a fire in Louisville, right?" I'm like, "No."
Here's Timothy.
The thing was on fire before it took off.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I seen a Facebook comment on a Facebook post a little bit ago that said that it looked like apocalyptic where that thing come off the runway and went all through that. The video I showed, Nick, which you've been to Stooges, you go south there and come over that railroad track, and just south of Stooges, where that recycling plant is.
Yeah.
It crossed right there.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How's the construction there at like Broadbent Arena and all that?
It's a mess. I was just there 2 weeks ago for Equip Expo, and I'm here to tell you what, I have no idea how the hell they're going to have farm show.
Yeah. I know that was the big hoopla last year. Like, there's no way this will be done by next year. And
It's a dumpster fire right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, the way it's set up, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but they're going to have to go out the back door of Broadbent.
Really?
And find a way to go. Yeah, because the front, like, it's all tore up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, we're into November now, so I mean, yeah, you're getting within 90 days here.
Literally, they were burying like piping and stuff. They weren't doing anything that was going up, anything like that.
That's a problem.
Did they get Gate 4 done yet?
Do what?
Did they get Gate 4 done yet?
Gate 4 is done, but they fucked it all up again with this whole deal they got going on out there where in that lot. Like, I don't know where I don't know where they're going to park Polars. The only thing I can think of, they're going to park Polars across the road there in the lot we all park in to go to Broadbent. It's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mess. Because I was down there for Equip Expo and I pulled in there. I was like, whoa, this is not going to be fun for February.
Well, this is not good.
That'll be great for our first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of fun, though. But, y'all, we've been at this for an hour and a half. This might be the longest show we've ever done.
It's 10:35 where I live, folks.
It's worth it, though. We can't say thank you to you two enough for coming on, and Mr. Richard, if he's still watching too. Thank you guys for coming on. It's been
Tony,
great.
we'll one of us will get you a ticket to go to the pool one night this year. Hang out with all of us.
I'll know my schedule as time gets closer as to what days, because usually I don't go for the whole show. I'm usually there.
Whatever night you can go. We'll between Shane and I, we'll find you a ticket.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you
Everyone
guys
that
very much
watched
for
the
having us
show.
on.
Thank you guys so much. Don't forget about November the 18th. November 18th. Farm show predictions coming at you again, and it's going to be a fun one. There's going to be some surprises, some returns, some debuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a great time, but until then, we will see you guys on the back end. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
See ya. Thank you guys.
See you, Nick.